Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This week's Toolbox safety topic will be silica dust, the invisible hazard. But before we get started, make sure you give me the thumbs up down below to encourage me to make more videos. Also subscribe to the channel where you'll find additional videos of this nature and you'll be notified of new releases. Make sure that you share this with somebody that you know who might be exposed to this type of hazard, and also leave me a comment on what you think about the presentation. Anyway, today's talk is about something you can't see with the naked eye, but it can do serious long-term damage to your health, and that's respirable crystalline silica dust. Whether you're cutting, grinding, drilling, or demolishing materials like concrete, brick, or stone, this stuff gets airborne, and if you're not protected, it gets into your lungs. So let's break down what it is, where it comes from, and what we need to do to stay safe. First, what is respirable silica dust? Respirable silica dust refers to tiny particles of crystalline silica that are small enough to get deep into your lungs. We're talking about particles at least 100 times smaller than a grain of sand, invisible to the naked eye. Once it's in your lungs, it doesn't just go away. Over time, it can cause serious, even fatal health problems. And where does it come from in our work? In construction and demolition, silica dust is generated anytime we disturb materials that contain silica. Some common sources include cutting, sawing, or jackhammering concrete, brick, block, or stone. Demolition of structures with silica containing materials like concrete. Also dry sweeping when we're cleaning up or using air compressors to clean up dusty areas. Sometimes the grinding, anytime you're grinding mortar or masonry, there could be exposure. Tunneling or earthwork that disturbs silica-rich soil. If you're around any of these tasks, even if you're not the one doing the cutting, you're at risk of exposure. Why does OSHA have a silica standard? OSHA has a silica dust standard because this stuff is a known killer. Long-term exposure to respirable silica dust can lead to silicosis, a disabling, incurable lung disease that causes scarring in the lungs. It can progress even after exposure stops. Lung cancer. Silica dust is classified as a known human carcinogen. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, and kidney disease. These aren't minor conditions, they're life-altering and often fatal. OSHA estimates over 2 million workers are exposed to silica every year, and the standards are in place to prevent needless illness and death. What is it that OSHA requires? OSHA's respirable silica standard for construction is 29 CFR 1926.1153, and it includes several key requirements. It requires exposure control methods, and they have a Table 1 that is published. OSHA provides a table listing specific tasks and required engineering controls like wet cutting or using HEPA-filtered vacuums with tools. If you follow Table 1 and use the proper controls and PPE, you're usually in compliance. And then there's exposure assessment. If the task is not listed in Table 1, Employers must measure workers' silica exposure and keep it below the permissible exposure level, or PEL, of 50 micrograms per cubic meter averaged over an 8-hour shift. Employers must also use engineering controls like water systems or vacuums if necessary, and provide respirators when exposure exceeds the PEL. And then a written exposure control plan. Every company must have a plan that identifies tasks that involve silica and details on how to control exposure. Medical exams. If you're required to wear a respirator for more than 30 days a year, the company must offer free medical exams, including x-rays and lung function tests. And then training. Employers must train workers on the hazards of silica, how to protect themselves, and how to recognize exposure risk on the job site. How can you protect yourself? Use dust collection systems. Tools should have proper vacuums with HEPA filters. Wear the right respirator and only when needed, and make sure it fits right. Avoid dry sweeping. Use wet cleanup methods or vacuums instead. Stay upwind when someone else is generating dust. And report damaged equipment. If the vacuum or water system isn't working, it needs to be fixed before work can continue. In conclusion, silica dust isn't just dust. It's a deadly hazard. It takes years for the damage to show up, but once it does, it can't be reversed. OSHA has standards for a reason, and it's on all of us to follow them. If you have any questions about silica control, exposure, or PPE, speak up. Don't wait till it's too late. Your lungs are your lifeline. Protect them. If you have any questions, contact your company's safety professional or get in touch with me. All right, boys and girls, that's my thoughts on it. That silica dust can be really bad. You got to recognize the hazard and know the ways to protect yourself against it. Anyway, that's what I've got for today. I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate you watching. Make sure you leave me a comment. And if you know anybody in the concrete business, which most of us have some exposure, share this to enlighten people on what the hazards are of silica dust so that they can learn to protect themselves. Anyway, make sure you give me that thumbs up down below to encourage me to make more videos of this type. And subscribe to the channel where you'll find additional videos of this nature, and you'll be notified of new releases. And make sure that you look out for number 1. That's you. And keep an eye out for your co-workers and help ensure their safety. And most importantly, have a grateful day, and we'll see you in the next one. Safety is all on you. It's all on you, man.